against Katie Taylor on Saturday night. Now we move to a very, very important moment, a very important night for Anthony Crolla and Joe Gallagher. And as I said, everybody seems to be talking about this swan song and, you know, tears rolling down, but we've got a fight on Saturday night, so we're going to get into fight mode. Challenging for what will be his final title, what will be his final fight in Anthony Crolla on Saturday night. We're going to go firstly to the man who looks to end the story on a negative note for Anthony Crolla. Frank, welcome. I believe we're going to bring in the translator here.
He would say like you said, and then you help him.
Okay, no problem. If you could just ask Frank that it's a big night for him. Everybody talking about Anthony Crolla, but of course he's here to win the fight on Saturday.
Hello. I'm so excited to fight here in Manchester City, city where there's a lot of boxing fans, and for me it's an honor and proud to fight against a champion warrior as Anthony is, and I'm ready for the fight.
And final question is that we've seen you fight at a very high pace. So does Anthony Crolla. We expect a great fight between the two of you on Saturday.
Anthony Crolla is a good boxer with a lot of rhythm. The fight is going to be a nice fight for all the fans, and then we're going to see what happens in the ring. I'm going to do all my best, and let's hope goes everything all right.
Thank you very much, Frank. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we move on now to, I guess we could say, the dream team of Joe Gallagher and Anthony Crolla. And although, like I said, this is about the fight on Saturday night, I think it's only right to say a few words about Mr. Crolla, firstly from myself and Joe Gallagher. And I think that when you talk about, I think overachievement is sometimes a phrase that people can take the wrong way. But what it means is that you put more work in than anybody else. You've got absolutely every drop out of your life and career that you could have done. And I think that's the best way to describe the career of Anthony Crolla. I remember being in Las Vegas for a fight, and we just managed to secure the Richard Apple fight for Anthony Crolla for the WBA world title. And to be honest with you, I couldn't believe that we managed to get a world title fight for Crolla, and I wasn't even sure he could win it. But we kind of done our job. Anthony Crolla had got a fight in Manchester for the world title, and I was so excited for him and for Joe Gallagher. And when Joe Gallagher called me that day to say that he fractured his skull and he broke his ankle, I couldn't believe it. I mean, one, because I knew I would get a deposit back from Manchester Arena, but secondly, and more importantly, I knew that the dream was over for Crolla. And we were gutted, and we weren't sure he'd ever fight again. The tenacity and the heart that he showed to even come back from that injury was incredible. And when we finally got the fight with Darlis Perez for the world title, I couldn't believe the performance from Anthony Crolla. I mean, absolutely schooled Darlis Perez that night. And we got in the ring, and for all the people who say, oh, British fighters always get the rub of the green, Matchroom fighters always get the scorecards, they gave it a draw. It was a horrific decision, and I just thought to myself, how can you possibly do that to Anthony Crolla? We went away, we canvassed for a rematch, Gilberto Mendoza gave him a rematch, and the rematch was just spectacular. He stopped Darlis Perez with a beautiful body shot, knocked him out and became WBA world champion. And for me, that was it. You know, the Crolla story, everyone had done their job. This can't go any further. He went out, he had a mandatory challenger against Ismael Barroso, who just stopped Kevin Mitchell. No one gave him a chance to win that fight. He soaked it all up in the early rounds and then knocked out Ismael Barroso. One of the best atmospheres I've seen at a British fight night at Manchester Arena. It was incredible. Went from there, had a unification fight, fought for the Ring Magazine title against Jorge Linares, lost a very close fight, rematched him again, went back, had a big British domestic fight against Ricky Burns, boxed at the Millennium Stadium, then went out and had a final eliminator against Daryl Jordan, and then went to LA and boxed for Sidney Lomachenko. The career of Anthony Crolla is without doubt, I think, one of the great success stories of British boxing. And I know everyone always says, oh, he's a nice bloke, but Crolla is genuinely one of the nicest people you will ever meet. He will do anything for anyone, which is one of the reasons actually he lost out on that Richard Evans fight. That's another story. But he's the guy you want living next door to you. You know, he's the guy you want as your mate. He would do anything for the people around him, and he's been an unbelievable ambassador for this city and for British boxing. Anyway, enough of the nice stuff. As I said, we've got to talk about boxing, but I will just pass over to Joe Gallagher. Joe, I spoke to Anthony, I think last week, and it's always difficult when you feel like you're in good form. You're having a good camp. He said people were getting out after his sparring sessions, beefy, and people saying to him, this is the best I've ever seen you look. But this is the moment, collectively, you've made that decision, and although it's a great story, he must win first on Saturday night.
Yeah, 100%. Anthony, his training camp is what it always is, meticulous, puts 100% into everything. We've got to understand we can't take our eyes off the ball. Last time, another Manchester legend was contemplating another fight at the arena. It was supposed to be a takeover win. He got beat and he retired on the night and had a drink of hand. We can't have that happen with Anthony Crolla Saturday night. Frank, good fighter, fought for the European title, was the away fighter, lost by 2 points on 2 judges' scorecards. It's a huge scalp. I showed Anthony, I think it was yesterday morning. You open up Boxing News this week, Anthony Crolla, number 4 in the world. You open up the Ring magazine, number 8 in the world. Being in the Ring top 10 rankings, 210 weeks. Frank has an awful lot to gain from upsetting the apple cart on Saturday night. So, training's been going very well. The lads in the gym keep saying to me, has Crolla told you yet? I'm like, what? Crolla told you yet? It's not his last fight, you know. And it is, I'm glad it came out and said it is, his form's well, and that's the right time to go out when you are relevant, and you've got to look at where Anthony's come from, as you've reeled off there. 10 years ago, we were getting ready to fight Michael Broder in a couple of weeks' time. Then 10 years, Andy Morris's, Kieran Farrell's, Gavin Rees, who were there, John Murray, Steve Foster, before he ever got to the world title stage. Then big nights, how quick time has gone, and to be sat yesterday after the public workout, sat here today and go, wow, this is going to be the last time Anthony's going to do this, but it's at the right time. You don't want to be a stepping stone for the young, hungry fighters coming through, the Tefimo Lopez, your Devin Haney's. Anthony was the last of that old school, your Mitchells, your Burns, everything else, and he's going out on his own accord, not because boxing's forcing him to. And as Anthony always says, boxing can take so much from you, as well as give you so much, and Anthony's doing it at the right time, getting out at the right time. Listen, on me a personal note, it's a pleasure to be able to finish Anthony's career with him. When fighters become world champions, there's always a split. You can go down in history and you see fighters then, the split trainers, people getting their ears. There's always a falling out. You see it with Ricky, you see it with Naz. But Frank Urquiaga, there's one word for him, that's loyal. He's loyal to his fans. He's still going round today, dropping his tickets off to his fans, that he's always done, his family, and his stable mates. He's been in the corner of all the big fights, and also to me. When so many people were in his ear, when you lose this, you need to lose this, and move, change trainers, but he didn't stop with it. So to be able to do this last dance together, I'm hugely chuffed, proud, and as you said it, I've said it today in the column, I think it would be fitting for Anthony to be acknowledged and honoured in the Queen's Awards at the end of this year.
I agree, and I know your contacts, if you could drop her a text after that.
Well, that's the you for listening.
Crolla, you sort of laugh at things like that. I don't think you realise what you have achieved. It's going to be a special night on Saturday. I know you want to win so badly as well, and I guess looking back on your career, it wouldn't quite be the same if you didn't win on Saturday. Great career, great moments, but you really must get this win to settle well going into retirement, and it's a must-win fight for you on Saturday.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for the kind words. I can't remember that last time people said so many nice things about me, but thank you. Yes, Saturday night is so important to me. It means absolutely everything to go out there and finish my career in style, and you know, a lot of respect for Frank. You know, I think we're going to make stars in the jail for a great fight, but it's one of them. Everyone keeps asking me about emotions and stuff like that, and I keep saying the same thing, is I'm just trying not to think of it as my last fight, because then you start finding emotions, and boxing is a sport where you can't do that. It very rarely works out well. So I'm just going to treat it like a new fight. Like Joe said then, we've had a fantastic camp, and I can't wait for Saturday night. Like I say, there's a lot of things I miss about boxing, but it's been a huge part of my life, and it always will be. So that'll be no different. This is the last time I walk on Saturday, so that brings a fire.
How does the hunger play in, obviously knowing, like you say, that this is your last fight? You've got a guy, as Joe pointed out, who could basically change his career on Saturday night. Had a very close fight with Edis Tatley. If he beats you, he's going to move into the world top 5 in virtually every governing body. You still have the hunger, you know, even knowing that Sunday you're going to wake up as a retired fighter, still got the hunger to face these guys who are looking to change their life just like you did.
Without a doubt, and that makes, you know, he's got everything to gain, and that for me is motivation on its own. I want to finish this career. Saturday night was my last fight. I want to go out in style. I want to wake up Sunday morning and my mates saying, oh, you've still got a lot left. That's what I want to happen, but yeah, for the last time on Saturday night, and I'll always have that hunger. And as a fighter, you've been seeing with Nigel Benn recently, that hunger never really leaves you, but I feel that you've got to, you know, feed that in other ways. And like I said, I'll coach the kids, I'll get a lot more involved in that. Maybe in time take a stable of fighters, I don't know, I'll go around the gym, be amongst the lads and that'll help people. It never really leaves you, but you know, you just have to deal with that the best you can. I mean, you know, everyone on this table, no matter what they say, we love boxing in one way or another. And like I say, boxing's been so good to me, and I'm very thankful for what it's done for me, but now the time's right.
Thank you very much. Anthony Crolla, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to that one as well. I know people talk about a farewell fight. Trust me, this is going to be a tough fight. Crolla against Urquiaga on Saturday night, and this is a big card, big night of boxing. Don't miss the weigh-in tomorrow at 1 PM. We're going to have head-to-heads up here now from all the guys who are here with their opponents. And we look forward to a huge night on Saturday night in Manchester as always. Thank you very much for the support. Thank you. Thank you.